a lot of people think, no, I'm fine, I'm all right, and then they go and eat 5 cookies, you know. It's the thing of why do you not want to look at your own problems?
You wrote very frankly in Rosie's magazine about depression, that you were really down at one point. And is that equated in your mind, eating and depression and tough times?
No question about it. In my case, when I managed to make a complete nonsense of my life, whether it be financial, whether I'd gone through a divorce, I just thought I was worthless. And so what I did was I got very sad and very down. And I ate and ate and ate and got larger and larger and larger and then beat myself up even more. It's that vicious circle. And you never think you can get off the carousel ride, but you just can. You know, you can with support. That's what really was saying in shorthand.
That's a great phrase, making a nonsense of my life. I mean, it's a wonderfully light phrase, and yet it really describes it very tough. I mean, it's a light phrase connected to a very tough time that you were going through.
What the hell was that?
It sounded like a plane crash.
It was the reaction on the part of... Come to us, come to us. Come to us. Come to us. Hey, Beth. What is that? Somebody hit the World Trade Center or the Trade Center. World Trade Center. Fire on the upper floor.
This is what's going to happen. This is, you know, who's going to do this. But I never,
Take It Off, Show It Off sweepstakes. Win a fabulous $10,000 award.
Now's the time to join Weight Watchers. For pricing and location information, call Rocket 770-4115.
Home furnishing of exceptional value and quality, then come to Callahan's and see a wide selection
This
of the
just
area's
in, you were
finest
looking at
furniture.
obviously a very disturbing live shot
Your mom
there.
said
That
there
is
was
the
a plane
World Trade Center, and we have unconfirmed reports this morning that a plane has crashed into one of the towers of the World Trade Center. CNN Center right now is just beginning to work on this story, obviously calling our sources and trying to figure out exactly what happened, but clearly something relatively devastating happening this morning there on the south end of the island.
Morning.
How'd you sleep?
That's what I'm thinking before 9.
Oh, I slept great. Must be that fresh
It's
mountain
the
air,
World
you
Trade
know?
Center.
Nothing like it.
Oh, I see fire engines. They're coming.
Oh, man.
Yeah, big one.
Introducing the Jetta wagon, with room for 70 cubic feet of anything.
Ah, the great outdoors.
What?
If a football hero accused of murder is news for months, if every Capitol Hill scandal merits weeks of coverage, how much attention will 2.5 million get? It's a story we should have brought you.
Oh my God, it was a huge explosion. I saw people falling out of the building. I'm sure everybody in the city is coming. There's got to be hundreds of people dead.
Anything like was tuning in to what has apparently happened in the plane that crashed into one of the World Trade Towers. We're not sure if it's building number 1 or 2, but obviously a lot of black smoke. We don't know what size plane that was, whether it was a Cessna, a Piper, or even larger. Here's a close-up view as one of our Metro cams zooms in on the actual scene. You see that plane has definitely affected multiple floors, at least one, possibly 3 floors, and further, apparently there's smoke on the right side of the building, as well as on the back side.
A couple of years ago, brought about by terrorists. That's all going through the courts. But this, we don't know anything about. We don't know about anything that has happened here, other than the fact that there's obviously been a major incident there. We're going to go to a special report now from ABC News.
Again, these are reports that we're getting now that a plane is in fact what had crashed into the World Trade Center. From what we see, can't really imagine it being much else. But these are again only reports as you look live at the scene.
You're telling me that we understand that possibly a 737 jet has crashed into tower number 1 of the World Trade Center building. Possibly a 737 jet.
Obviously, a major fire there, and there has been some sort of
in New York for aircraft?
Details. There is one report, as of yet unconfirmed, that a plane has hit the World Trade Center, and you can see that there is smoke there coming out of at least 2 sides.
And as you said, there are 2 towers, the tallest structures in Manhattan on the island of Manhattan. We're trying to get people on the telephone to see what more we can learn. We have no idea if it was a plane, was it a deliberate, was it an accident? It does seem to be that there was considerable and terrifying damage on some of those floors at the top.
So this angle is a little deceptive. As you know, there are 2 Trade Center towers, and the second tower there is hidden behind the first. This is really almost a picture postcard of New York City. It's that and the Empire State Building, I guess, are the 2 most recognizable symbols of New York. There you can see the 2, well, we had there just briefly the other angle of the World Trade Center towers, but this is confined to one of the towers on the upper floors. These buildings, I think they're 110 stories each, so this would be in the top 15 or 20 floors there.
You mentioned earlier that, of course, as we all know, years ago there was that terrorist attack. It took place down on the ground and in the underground levels and the garage levels. But again, that's not to imply that we have any reason at this point to believe that this is terrorism or not. We simply don't know. And in just a few minutes, Peter Jennings is going to be joining us from the news desk uptown, where he's going to tell us everything that he knows. We also have Don Davis.
Did you see what happened? What happened?
Well, I was in the path train, and there was a huge explosion sound. Everyone came out. A large section of the building is blown out, around like the 80th floor.
Was it hit by something, or was it something inside?
It was inside. Because it looked out, everything was coming out. All the windows were coming out, all the papers were coming out.
What is on the sidewalk?
I didn't see anything.
Were there any people hurt, do you know?
I just ran, and everyone in the path train just ran. I don't know if anyone was hurt, but I assume they were because the windows were all blown out.
All right, thank you.
Ollie, you would have to assume a very, very terrible situation.
And it was definitely not the sound of a prop plane or anything like that.
And am I right? Are you a pilot?
Well, I have flown. I do not have a pilot's license. but I grew up on military bases, and I know the sound of jets. And
Can you give me a whining sound down or what? Did you?
Area around there.
Probably a good 5-6 of the way up to the top. There's a considerable amount of flame. There's damage on two sides that I can see. Where it looks like there's a large amount of damage. There's a gigantic hole that encompasses a number of floors. I would say maybe 10 to 15 floors. And then on the left side, which would be the east side, there's considerable damage as well. And
I don't know if people outside New York realize that these two buildings are essentially cities in and of themselves. I mean, there's 30 to 40,000 people, if I remember the number. I'm doing this from memory. Number of people who actually work in these buildings, and this obviously occurred at the time that people were coming to work.
Don, are you saying that this sound is striking enough that you heard it before you saw it?
I noticed it before the explosion. I noticed a sound like something was very low and shrieking across the sky. And then I heard the explosion.
You're right. And which of the two towers is this? Because again, we're just seeing an angle for the center.
This is the west tower.
Now we're hearing somewhat faint sirens. There are a lot of emergency vehicles already out.
This part of New York City has quite a few emergency stations all over, and I imagine it sounds like they're coming from every single allocated by the number 73. It sounds like maybe something else.
We see two faces. I know you can't see the picture of the audience, but we see two faces of that tower. One seems to have a rather gaping large hole in it. The other face seems to have two holes in it. It's all somewhat obscured by smoke. One large, one somewhat small.
Yeah, we're 24 around.
And of course, we know there are a variety of offices there. There are financial offices, there are advertising offices, all kinds. We can only hope that since it is still a little bit early in the year, maybe on some of those floors, some of the offices were still not open for business.
You can now see there on that one side, well, you can see flames that are coming actually out of two sides of the building, and I'm minimizing actually a number of openings that are on those two faces of the World Trade Center. There's multiple, it looks like, holes or openings on both sides of the tower.
As we've heard before, we said earlier that there was at least one speculative report that an airplane had crashed in with a big...
Mike, would you like one?
You could be consistent with what I heard. What I know I did not hear was an airplane, any kind of a prop plane. And I think looking at the damage, I don't think there's any way possible that it would have been a prop plane. It's just too much damage to the building. What's deceptive about the World Trade Center is that it is so huge and so tall that perspective is difficult to get from the ground. But when you look at the size of the hole, and if you look in context of one of the helicopters going around in a lower side, a helicopter is about the size of a regular Cessna, that kind of thing, body of the plane. This hole is so much larger than that helicopter that you would have to, if it was a jet, I would have to speculate it would have to be a larger than normal jet. I mean, larger than like these or something like that. It's just such a gigantic hole, and it blew out the other side. These buildings are almost a city block size building. So for it to have blown, I think it's so on the north side, as well as the west side. You would have a gigantic difference.
Well, obviously, we don't know if it was a plane. We don't know if it would have been when you go up to the observation platform's top, you can look down on airplanes that are either coming in for landings or taking off from New York airports, but all pilots who fly in this area know very well where the World Trade Center is located. All the routes are very far, or practically far away from the two towers.
Not just private planes, too, because with some winds in some directions, even out of the big commercial airports, planes are loaded quite close to New York. I've flown in from LaGuardia, even into LaGuardia, but having to go right by the World Trade Centers.
But we emphasize this is all speculative at this point, and just to reset for all of you, this is a special report from ABC News, and we are dealing, and we have to
I heard a loud boom, and we said, what was that? And I ran out to the window, and I looked out, and I see smoke. The next thing I saw, I mean, you gotta look at it, the bottom elevator, the glass, just flames exploded out the front of the World Trade Center. Glass flew everywhere. Come on.
Хорошо, Павлик сказал, остановись, остановись. Ale nie, że mnie zastawił, żebyśmy byli pod tym i akurat.
What's that suicide?
What's up?
I want to get out of here.
We have an eyewitness who said it was a large plane that crashed first, and then as we were watching the picture here in the studio, we saw the plane crash into the other tower here at the Trade Center, and again,
yes, sir. And it actually went into the building there on the upper floor.
all the building too.
And did you see the second plane come in?
We've not
and that second plane much larger than the first?
A major airline.
Because the pictures we see, the second plane looks rather large.
No, he's going inside too. He's going inside than the two. And the second floor is smaller than the other one.
And it actually also penetrated the building. You can see it go in.
It's Melinda. Can anybody give me any information, please?
People fleeing the building. We don't have shots yet from street level. Can you see if there are people leaving the building?
No, I can't see because I got the most morning doing because I so half the building. I can't go downstairs.
So you're in Greenwich Village?
Oh,
I see.
It's Melinda. Can anybody talk to me, please?
Just to locate people.
Check. Can you zoom in? It looks like there's some flames at the bottom of the thing.
Of the World Trade Center. ABC's Peter Jennings is at the anchor desk.
Yes. I have nobody talking to me.
Position Peter, I suspect you are looking at exactly the same pictures. Well, I know.
Hi, it's Melinda. Who's there, please?
Please, understand.
Hey, it's me. How are you? I'm just trying to get some information about what the plan is. We have photographs of you guys. These visuals are unbelievable. Are they doing your cut-in? What's the plan? Can you help me out? We are as close as we can to it. They will not allow us directly over it. They have banned us from the area. These are asking that we stay back and they can do what they need to do. The initial guess out of the different air towers is that it was a 727 or 737. It may even have possibly been two planes. We're not sure. Can we go around to the other side? I understand. We are on. We can't hear you. This is Air 11. I do.
We don't know where it's propane tanks around the corner.
Am I going to talk? What's the deal? We have no TV air. I cannot see pictures on TV. I do not know what we have. I wonder. Yes, I do hear you. I do hear you, Anthony. I hear you. We do not have TV air, so I can't see anything. Are we going to do a break-in? Do you want me to talk? Or are they just taking the talk? Or are they just taking visual?
Yeah, there's suspect under cave. We have this suspect who is escaping the van and then exploded. We have both of them on the cave. Let's get the purple. Now, I'm sending you in to that. I just want to make sure you and your guys are all right over there, kid. That's all.
Yes, I understand.
We have both of your fans with it that exploded. Send the rest.
I don't have much information. I will. What floor is that, Judd? The upper corner of the building, right? your dishwasher. Do not use your washing machine. Firefighters need all the water pressure they can gather at this point. It's also a very good idea to stay out of lower Manhattan. Firefighters and other emergency equipment are trying to make their way there right now. And as you can imagine, it has probably already been made an all-hands emergency. That basically means that everybody, even if people are off of work right now, have been called in to battle this blaze. Again, for those of you who are just joining us, you are looking at live pictures of the World Trade Center. That is Tower 1 on your screen right now. 2 separate planes have hit the World Trade Center. We are not certain why that has happened, but it has happened. You can see the flames through the smoke there, and there is a very dark.
Chris, it's getting worse.
You can see the flames.
Chris, the smoke is getting worse. I think we should go. Look at the smoke now. All of a sudden it got much worse.
Many miles away. Now again, as we said, it can be very hard and very difficult to battle this blaze because it is an upper floor of the tower. Tower 2 also has smoke coming out of it. Again, I'm not sure exactly what that is about. We're again trying to keep you up to date as we get more information. But what we do know is that 2 separate planes have hit the World Trade Center. We do have firefighters on the scene, and they're going to have to do an internal battle of this blaze. They cannot do anything from the external because it's so high. It's very difficult to resist a fire like this as well. It's also difficult to battle it because they're going to have to use high-rise attacks. They're also going to have to use bombs, air bombs. And the air bombs only carry a 34 to 45 minute supply. They have to go back to the cascade system to rebuild. So they're going to be bringing bottles up as they fight and as they battle this throughout the morning. So we'll take the morning very good idea to stay out of the downtown area. Please do not use your water unless you have to. Firefighters need all the water that they can garner at this point. And again, as you can see, this is still an ongoing battle. I mean, we have major flames inside this building. You can imagine the heat of this. And of course, the World Trade Center is no stranger to fire and to other problems. There was the World Trade Center bomb several years ago. Firefighters do know the layout of this building, but it has been several years since it happened. So again, there will be some new firefighters on the scene of this. If you also remember, there was a B-52 which hit the Empire, I'm sorry, B-25, correct that, B-25, which hit the Empire State Building many years ago after the war. And so this is the second building in Manhattan to have been hit by a plane. Again, we're not sure if both planes or one plane was hit. It looks like they have both fire towers are on fire. We're not sure exactly what happened here. But again, 2 separate planes have hit the World Trade Center. There is a major fire battling right now. Firefighters are in there for a laser fight. The stairwells, of course, have already evacuated. People will be evacuated out of these buildings. If you're watching this from the World Trade Center, do not get on an elevator. It is not a good idea to use an elevator in the middle of a fire. Obviously, the water and other fires will sort out the equipment, so you will have to walk down. The World Trade Center, of course, are the tallest buildings in the world, making even more complicated fire battles. Fortunately, the good thing that we can say is that the firefighters in Manhattan are very, very talented when it comes to fighting high-rise fires. This is what they do best. They've been trained for it and trained for it, and they have used that training. Again, for you who are just some type of other attack. We're not exactly sure what happened yet. We do know 2 separate planes. We feel that they are fairly substantial in size from initial reports. We do not know exactly what they were. But again, both towers are on fire. Tower 1 obviously suffering the biggest fire from what we can see at our vantage point. We are not able to move to a different point simply because the police have asked us to stay back so they can do the work that they need to do in this general area. They are setting up a general command center, or at least you would be expected for them to be able to do that, to be able to
do me a favor, call Mom at the desk by the radio, give them the radio, so we'll pay us set up. was told to come up on the roof. This is ENG 3. So what's our status now? I'm going to set up on the roof. Over. Yes, they have. They have a shot.
We'll actually put it on the screen again, very slowly, so that we can see it come across screen. Are you able to identify specifically the type of aircraft by looking at this videotape as it comes across? Can we roll that, please?
I'm watching that right as it comes across the screen, and it is more than likely not a Boeing 737. That profile, Peter, is very close to an Airbus A320, A319.
And who flies the Airbus 320, 318?
We have quite a few Airbuses.
So
very few pilots.
Right. And John comports a little bit here with at least these initial reports that the FBI is investigating reports of a hijacking.
Need your help in this one. This is how you your best view anyway. However, if you are somewhere in New Jersey or Brooklyn or even in Queens, you probably can see the plume. I mean, you can probably see this from the George Washington Bridge. There is a huge plume of smoke into the sky. We're hovering at about 1,500 feet. That plume goes at least another 500, if not another 1,000 feet above us. As you well know, the World Trade Center is one of the tallest buildings in the world. Another plane has hit in New York City before. It hit the Empire State Building shortly after the war. It was a B-25 at that point, and so this is not the first time that a plane has hit a high-rise. These two planes have hit the World Trade Center. We are trying to garner some information for you. But as of now, we do know 2 separate planes have hit the World Trade Center, and you can well imagine that there's going to be a lot of questions which will be asked, and people are trying to get the information for as we speak. Meanwhile, again, firefighters will have to fight these fires from the inside.
Okay, John Nash, thanks very much. Call us back, will you, if you learn anything.
Peter, one of the difficulties they're going to face, as you can glean from this
I thought we were on the air.
here, is the people who are trapped
Thank
and need
God.
to be rescued are on the upper floors. But you see the plume of smoke covers the roof.
Why can't we see air? Why can't we see air?
Oh, what's up, Ed?
Yeah, keep talking.
Are now enveloped in smoke.
Gotcha.
So keep talking?
Just below the World Trade Center to be able to get up there till that smoke dissipates. And that's where they had expected to pull a lot of people out this time because they had so much success the last time.
Similarly, John, if you look at the two buildings, it does appear that at least in the northern tower there, or the left tower as you see it on the screen, below the incident, the building at least looks on the outside to be reasonably secure. And people will have a long, horrendous, terrifying walk down in a darkened building. But we'll at least be able to get out on the ground. By the way, Claire Shipman, ABC's Claire Shipman.
Take your time, Joe. We're still on the table.
With the FBI.
You're still taking your pictures. I don't know. I can't see anything. They're still taking your pictures, though. That's why we're not going to cut it. You can't get a receipt, a signal. Oh my God, those poor people. No, it's Melinda. Okay, I did not know that all the airports are closed in the New York area. All airports in the New York area are closed. Yes. Anthony, I can. Anthony, I need a second to get some information. I have nothing. Can you give me 5 seconds? What else can you tell me? How many people work in the World Trade Center? When was the World Trade Center bombing? When did the B-25 hit the Empire State? Do we know how many people live in the world, work in the World Trade Center? B-25 crashed at the 79th floor of the Empire State Building. World Trade Center was bombed in 1993. He said there's been more than 1,000 other buildings hit by airplanes. What was that, Anthony?
He committed this act. Terrorism against our nation will not stand.
Just hear what this man
And now
has
if
to
you
say.
join me in a
I was in
moment's
B tower.
silence.
A tower.
What floor were you on?
B1.
What floor?
The first one.
What happened?
May
Tell
God
me.
bless
When
the
a
victims,
big
their families,
explosion happened, some guy came out, his skin was all off. I helped him out. This is him all over. There's people jumping out of windows. I've seen at least 14 people jumping out of windows. It's horrific. I can't believe this is happening.
Anything else that you saw? Were you there for the second hit by the plane?
About 10 minutes later, the second building went off.
Did you see it?
Yes, I saw it. It just blew up. A big explosion. People started running. It was just chaos everywhere. People jumping out. People just kept jumping and jumping and jumping. And you could still see they were alive because they were...
this working?
All right, listen, the military is going to enforce a no-fly zone over here. They're sitting in armed planes to keep planes away from this. I don't know how long we're going to be able to stay up. We'll just have to see.
Environment that we are all living in our newsrooms is that the reaction has been fairly quick. New York City has an Office of Emergency Management. It's over here on the west side. It's a great bunker.
The city, it's located in the World Trade Center complex, although not in the Twin Towers.
Just right next door, north of the Trade Towers, in the World Trade Center, in the other northern World Trade Center there. And on an occasion like this is not one they absolutely anticipate when they get going. They're talking very concerned with chemical warfare. They've got extensive plans about that, which they very often demonstrate to the press. I'm going to interrupt myself and everybody else for a second because one of our senior producers, Mark Obenhaus, is on the phone, and he saw the incident. Mark, you hear me?
I do indeed, Peter.
Go ahead.
Well, I was leaving my house to go to work, and I walked down the street to go to the subway. I was at the corner of Franklin and West Broadway, and as I was approaching the subway, a tremendous roar went over my head, and I looked up immediately, and it was a plane, and much lower than I've ever seen a plane in Lower Manhattan. And it was a large plane. I couldn't identify it as anything specific except that it was a commercial jet, certainly. And my eye followed it because it's from the World Trade Center.
He must have just landed. He must have just turned away when he hit.
The building was exactly, no window flew off, nothing like that. It just went directly into this cavern-like hole. And suddenly then big flames started protruding from it, and then of course smoke. And then debris started just catapulting. And of course the area that we're in, there's a great deal of foot traffic, and people are approaching and beginning to gas at just the sight of the building.
Do we know what time this happened, Daniela?
The actual incident, the actual impact, just the sight of this huge building.
I'm listening to Channel 7, by the way, and getting some information from them because they've got Peter Jennings on. Listen, do we know?
Stand back. Don't go there. I'm not going. I'm with you.
Do we know what time this happened?
We don't know that.
All right, what's our plan? Are we off the air because our World Trade Center has our broadcast?
I want it up on my back so I don't have to carry it in my hands.
All right, anything you want, let me know, because I've got some information now. I can go again whenever you need. No, they're saying it's a commercial jet inside. I was listening around, they're reporting that they saw a large plane, commercial jet inside. You don't know, dude.
What happened? I just heard the story.
What's an ATR?
These guys are in the building. Come on. What happened? Okay.
So we got a direct path north, from the north.
What's an ATR? Yeah, that'd be great, Chet.
2 engines, 3 engines, or 4?
I do not. It was very quick.
I'm not hearing him. Yeah. Yes, I hear. I hear. We're looking. Another plane is inside. Please don't let us get in the middle of this.
Someone's waving us. They have no fucking...
I hear you. Anthony, I hear you. We're looking.
See? You see it waving? Did you get it?
Can I have my vest?
You see his hands
Brenda, can you hand me my vest? Chet, don't pay attention to me. Helicopter. They're going to shoot down another plane. We're not going over the water, okay? Okay, good, I love you. They're going to shoot down another plane. I do not see it. I'm looking for the other plane. We're looking.
Max TO? Is that TO?
The governor of New York.
Is that fuel?
To the director of the FBI. This is the first one. And have ordered more resources in the federal government.
Yeah, gotcha.
World Trade to go to help the victims and families and conduct a full-scale investigation.
You know, we're looking at these pictures and they're just amazing, but we're forgetting that there are probably people in these buildings, innocent victims.
Absolutely. When you think in terms of emergency services, like we have to deal with people at the level, you know, in terms of the trade.
You might find a hand. Mr. Justice, can you interrupt for just 1 second because we're getting word?
Yes, we can record in the helicopter. We can record in the helicopter. We've been recording the whole time.
Well, this is the people who witnessed this firsthand, who live in the area in the upcoming days. No matter how this turns out to be an act of terrorism, even worse, if it turns out to be an act the psyche of New Yorkers after September 11th.
But who's capable of this kind of... What? That light? Yep.
You want to pinch yourself and say, is this really happening?
Right, Dr. Kushner, you said that you did have interaction with some of the victims of the last bombing, the families there at the World Trade Center. What can you tell us? What did they go through? What did they experience at that?
The White House, of course, has left
their lives. They were never the same after. It caused not only physical problems level, and it just actually wrecked. Trade towers who wouldn't go back in the building, who wouldn't go back and install buildings after that. So you can imagine now with this, that not only do you have an attack, the vulnerability from underground, which everybody understood could park a car, but now something falling out of the air, you know, this is just off the map.
Dr. Kushner, the AP is now reporting that the first plane may have been hijacked after takeoff from Boston. It's 9:42 for those of you who are joining us now and looking at this eerie and ominous sight of the two towers of the World Trade Center engulfed in smoke, black smoke billowing. This is not a joke. This is very real. What's happening here? Where do we go from this point? How do we recoup?
I think, you know, people, all of us stunned, shocked, and especially the latest information that just came over that Sukanya was telling you that apparently the first plane to hit the first tower was actually apparently hijacked from Boston.
And Dr. Krishna, I don't know if you saw that video of this. Did you see the video of the second?
I did.
Obviously flying low, obviously a big-sized plane that hit into the second tower.
Get the familiar one.
see if Teterboro was closed too? Okay. Right, because they were asking me about the potential swinging around to the west, but they're closed. We're not going to get in there.
There's a lot of debris.
Okay, well, talk to as many people as you can. Call us back.
Grab your bag and get him out. I don't care. I don't care. Get out. Get out. Don't worry about it. Full turn around. 44.
Continue our coverage of the situation in New York because the airport's going to be shut down. No sooner had we gotten here, we stopped the car, wake up, Mary.
Let's go, sir. You have to move, please.
This place, if this is a concern at this point, people are still here, but there is concern about the safety of this place, obviously, with these bombs going off or planes crashing into buildings all over the place. But that's it here. As you can see the smoke, you can see the papers flying about yesterday.
Sam, a question for you. We understand that there is a tail section of a plane sticking out of the Pentagon, and a plane did hit the Pentagon. Is that true? Mr. Germer, did you actually see a plane? Are you feeling nervous right now, Mr. Germer?
keep you on the phone and Sam as well. We're now getting reports that the White House has been threatened. Here, there are reports of attack the House in back there. The rescue the White House is back here to go along with all this. Starting at 8:42 in the emergency now in our city, safety in Washington.
And the pictures you're looking at right now are from our live cameras. And we are both going to the Pentagon. Mr. Burma, do you want to add anything? I can hear you still on the phone.
I'm sorry.
Okay, you did go, Mr. Burma. We understand. Thank you for joining us. Let's go to a White House shot that we have right now. The White House West Wing has been evacuated, as we understand. We know that President Bush is not there, but he is on his way back to Washington. You can see the armed guards on top of the White House keeping watch. But at this point, they, as well as we, don't know exactly what's going to happen, but everyone is on standby, as you might expect.
And as you mentioned, in case people are wondering and didn't see President Bush in Florida for an educational issue down there, he made a brief announcement about this and said he was on his way back here to deal with it, and of course saying that the terrorist acts will not be tolerated and that they will be looking into it. But after he made that comment is when it happened at the Pentagon. At that time, only the two planes had crashed into the Twin Towers, the World Trade Center in New York.
We wish we could tell you more about what's going on in our own backyard at the Pentagon. We don't know if there were any injuries. We do know there was a construction scene on the scene at the time. We do know when they heard something explode, they turned around and they started to run. We do not know if anyone inside the Pentagon or around it was hurt.
Okay, we have another person on the phone. Janet, are you with us?
Yes, I am.
We understand that you witnessed a plane crash into the Pentagon?
Yes, sir, I did.
Tell us exactly what you saw.
Well, I live in a high-rise building just outside of Bronx, and I was actually glued to the television, and I have an office, and I saw a plane just coming right in front of my window, flying at a path that the commercial planes do not fly, not coming into the direction land at National Airport.
How big was the plane?
It certainly looked larger. Every once in a while there's a flight path difference, the smaller private planes that come in. This is not a small private plane. It looks more like a commuter type plane.
And you said it was
inside.
And then you said it was headed directly to the Pentagon.
Yeah, it was heading in the direction of the airport, and I thought this plane was way too low, and there's no runway that it goes in that direction. It's turn at all. And I just, as soon as I saw it, I knew it was way too low and not on a flight path that I'd ever seen before living here.
Okay, and what did you hear?
I couldn't hear anything from where I am. I just saw the plane just disappear out of my sight beyond the tree pillars. And then a few minutes later, I heard it was, and it's basically about I can't see the Pentagon.
Right. Are you in a safe place right now?
As far as I know, I'm in my apartment where I live, so I am on the first floor of Thailand.
God, I need more than one monitor.
You can see on the bottom right-hand corner of our screen, you can see the firefighters spraying
yes.
the Pentagon, trying to put out that fire. Janet, were you already aware of what happened in New York when you saw this coming?
Yes, sir, I was. I was listening to the television by a 20% to our
The poor thing. Okay, we're going to go back to our stand for you with Reagan National right now. We understand that the FAA has taken
yes. Go ahead, Marcia.
All aircraft flight across the country. I think it is a situation where it was too dangerous.
Marcia, here's some extra information for you guys. Fire is breaking on the lower floors now. It's starting to spread below where it looked like the plane hit. That could possibly be from the fuel spill, or it could be just the fire has now started to heat below itself.
Debris. What is it? Some sort of...
Looks like insulation. I was just standing here watching all sorts of...
It's a 757. Holy cow, that's huge.
Insulation.
I'm sorry, yeah. This is what...
All sorts of paper and debris and insulation were just flying down, landing on us over here. And
no, I've got a lot of stuff off the evidence. Major military institutions all evacuated the State Department right now.
We got two. I saw the pockets of fire. We should be able to knock it down with 2 lines. Radio that. 78th floor. Number 1045, call line.
Tanner, tell us what you saw.
All I know is nowhere. Over the
What do we have? Do we have any person there?
Randall,
saw it to the point and you saw it?
I just saw this plane coming very, very fast, going in that direction, and I was listening to you guys talk about that.
And where you live, obviously, it's close enough to Reagan National, but that's not a flight path you normally see.
Right. Well, I'm closer to the Pentagon than to Reagan National.
Okay, but obviously planes flying over there.
They're evacuating LaGuardia Tower. They are evacuating the airport tower.
Mr. Tanner, we do have more information about exactly where that plane crashed. We understand right now from the AP that it crashed near a helicopter landing pad near the Pentagon. So as far as we know, it didn't crash directly into the Pentagon. From where you are, Mr. Tanner, are you okay? Are you safe?
It's Melinda. Listen, they've evacuated LaGuardia Tower. I just want you guys to know LaGuardia Tower has been evacuated.
In Washington, D.C., Mr. Tanner?
I want to say yes and no, okay, because of different terrorist activities and things of that nature, and because of what happened to the World Trade Center.
I have a knot in my stomach. I'm so...
I'm just a little shaken that it has happened.
And I'm not sure when we talked about that helicopter pad, if it's the one that's on the west side where you drive by all the time on the main street, that you can see if there's another one there as well, but a lot of folks...
We quickly want to recap before we return it to ABC News. The State Department has now been evacuated.
This is now over an hour after the initial blast, about an hour after the secondary blast.
This is as close as we can get to the base of the World Trade Center. You can see it in the towers. The fall and the rain on the wall. Hanging from the windows is up, and a number of bodies have actually hit the pavement. This is as close as we can get to the base of the World Trade Center. You can see the fire and sizzle here with police officers.
The feeling is normally when you have this kind of situation, there will be more attacks.
On Channel 7, like the side of the building just blew out, Chet, on the other side, the side we can't see. It just blew out. Look at it.
Yes, I am here, Michael.
Oh my God!
We just witnessed some kind of secondary problem explosion of the World Trade Center. It's
I guess because they realized it was a newsworthy event. I mean, FAA has banned all aircraft moving up the air. I mean, FAA has banned all aircraft moving up the air.
When was the last time the United States was attacked in this fashion? It was Pearl Harbor.
From the scene now, there's
right.
obviously massive casualties. Usually during these things, there's
Tom's a big guy,
little bit
take
of a
care
high
of himself, he's
pitch,
fine.
but basic calm over the police radios. It's just an act of war. I can hear them screaming.
I talked to them. I have so many friends who work in that building. You have no idea.
For help, calling for help at the triage center, where other people who were already injured have been injured more. Confirming that the building has collapsed. Dozens
I have a lot of friends who work.
More civilians are injured.
My sister-in-law works across the street, the World Trade Center tower too.
Just occurred. Can't even see the second tower of the World Trade Center anymore.
I'm sure he's fine. I'm sure he's fine. I talked to Tom at the first tower. My sister-in-law works across the street from the tower too.
You can see what appears to be a layer of white dust or ash on the street. Looks like snow.
Daniel, I hate to ask you to do this. Can you do something for me? Can you call my father and let me know I'm okay? He called the kids like that. Number 201-583-9335. New York, and it's racing in. So I do right now. 201-583-9335. You mind? Thank you. It's like unbelievable. It's just incomprehensible that that is on fire. And then some asshole right down the plane. And then the whole World Trade Center tower was gone. Yeah, I was going to go too. Stay on it, Chad.
Said to Ramsey Youssef, you see, it's still standing. And Ramsey Youssef smiled and said to the FBI's assistant director, it wouldn't be if I had more money. This was,
in other words, more money to buy.
Can you just imagine what's going on inside? I gave you my number, sorry. Don't freak out. 201-945-541. Sorry, thanks. 945-541. Who's flying so close? There is somebody really close. Who's up here? Fox?
Pandemonium here a short time ago. And then the building did collapse, or whatever it was that happened. It was a huge explosion, a huge rumbling cloud of
just a little bit before 10 o'clock.
Racing down the West Side Highway in the middle of rush hour. Obviously, every available fire unit here in
About the time
Manhattan
I saw the plane, I watched it come in very
has
low
been brought
over
to
the
the
trees.
Trade Center. Outside
This is actually, we believe, debris from one of the planes that hit one of the towers of the World Trade Center. The FBI is here, as you can see. They had worked this area off. They were taking photographs and securing this area just prior to that huge explosion that we all heard and felt.
Every other channel is coming in. You're coming in on W11.
and you can see the smoke, and the right building is still burning.
Jeremy, what's the first thing you saw earlier?
The first thing I heard was I felt the boom next to my window, and that woke me up and got me out of bed. And I went to, and I heard ambulances and cars coming, and I went to look out my window, and I was watching and I was on the phone with the news staff reporters as the smoke is starting to clear. I'll walk out on my terrace. Hold on. Oh my God, there's debris everywhere. It's horrible. You can't see. There's white powder everywhere. On my terrace, on the ground, everywhere.
Joe, you say it's very likely it's going to collapse.
A war zone, I assume. I've never seen anything like this in my life.
From Boston, and one from somewhere else. We are not yet sure precisely what's happening.
Then I was watching, and as I was watching, the plane was coming from the other side, because I saw the second building blow. I saw it looked more like an outward explosion because the plane came from the other side, and I saw that pure explosion.
It's very likely that the building Tower 1 will collapse. I want you guys to know it's very likely. Check with the firefighter. It's got an awful lot of flame. The smoke is getting darker. Move away.
Around the Manhattan area, as you know, all airports around the country, not just in the tri-state, all airports around the country have been shut down as a precautionary measure. We have reporters on the ground. One of them is Michelle Charlesworth, who you heard from just a few moments ago. Michelle, where are you and what do you see?
Actually, we just got word that all the subways have been closed. Double check that. I hear that all the subways have been closed.
Target is now being emptied out in New York. New York is going into kind of a lockdown mode. I think you'll also see in Washington the same kind of air patrols have been scrambled around principal buildings there.
Okay. We have on the phone one of those people who makes his living analyzing terrorism. Kyle Wilson, do you hear me?
Yes, I do.
I wonder if on a day like this anybody wants to be thought of as an expert on terrorism. Be that as it may, and assuming that
yes, I do, Anthony.
And knowing that much of the country is shocked at the apparent breadth of this, are you?
Well, you know, this is.
I got that from ABC. ABC National Network said that the subways were closed. And CBS, one of the two. So watching both of them, so I don't know which one said it.
Trade Center collapsed. We saw it collapse.
Listen, it's very likely that we're going to have to land. They're telling us we may have to land soon. It's also very likely that Tower 1 will collapse, hopefully before we land. If it does. I mean, at least get the video. That's a horrible thing to say, but you know, we're in news after all.
Air Force planes circling around. The news just reported that, in fact, the second twin tower just collapsed. And, in fact, that's what we saw.
The PD helicopter too close. We need to tell them to back up.
In the territory
well, if it is true, of course, the Democratic Party was passed on the attacking aircraft in the 1970s. It was kind of
Daniela, did you talk to my dad?
And we were standing here when there was some sort of collapse or explosion. Do you know if it was an explosion or if it was a building collapse? To me, it sounded like what? An explosion.
Did you hear what I just said? That they think the Capitol's on fire now? There's been an explosion there.
Rick is not able to hear me, but this is the scene in Lower Manhattan where the upper floor of the World Trade Center, Tower 1, apparently has completely collapsed.
5 blocks from the World Trade Center, and we were standing here when there was some sort of collapse or explosion, and everyone started running in this direction.
police officers, pedestrians, EMTs, everybody came running this way. I saw a woman pushing a baby carriage, running for her life, and right behind them was a huge cloud of billowing smoke and ash and debris coming this way. The smoke is still somewhat less. She's with DCPI. Can you talk to us in just a second? Where's up to speed? Obviously, people have any horrible out there. Please don't. Please don't. Yeah, what's going in there, bro? Get out! First I was on Canal Street, I saw the fire. I saw the two building. I think it was a bomb because I saw them. Anyway, when I got there, I tried to save people because I'm on outside. When I tried to save people... Beside the building come down?
I don't know. Something fell. What's you see?
What's up here?
That's pretty clear at one point. Then there's a bunch of smoke and glass. I think it's just a collapse into this building. I think you should leave. Everybody else is going. I just make sure that there's nobody else coming downstairs. I hear the top of the building down there. Over. You can see it outside.
You can begin to see the smoke clear slightly where the
in fact, we're standing right underneath 6 World Trade when the building actually, the plane hit it first time.
Chance no more.
The plane, the engine screaming, and then just an explosion. Glass, and everybody was running around trying to get away. Bennett, B-E-N-N-E-T-T-E. Not Secret Service.
It's going to, but if we're going to, I want to be up where it happened. The first one hit lower, and so that did more damage. You know what I mean? Like, I'm stunned.
very slow. I'm going to work right now on the 5 minutes. I'll be right back. All right, you're going to stay with him? You're going to stay with him? Out of town. Wait with him. Stay with me. Okay, I'll double back. We had a report of a fireman trapped over here on the northwest corner. So we'll make sure that we got people over there to help dig them out. Sure, no problem. Still on the triple.
Or 1019, depending on what model you are. The building is about to collapse. Sorry, not collapse.
Okay, I'm looking for the northwest tower. There's a bridge. Would that be over here or over here? It's over this way.
Yeah, you might collapse just a little bit. How you do?
There was water coming in from the doors, you know, kind of at our feet level.
Okay.
And then it just...
We're still up. We can be up for another half hour, maybe, depending on fuel and depending on the air traffic control. Anthony, it looks like the building may be starting to buckle. If you've got major flame, you guys might want to mark your video now. So we're going to war.
Intending to go anywhere have been ordered not to take off.
Stuff's starting to fall off the sides, guys.
This is the Pentagon, because we've just seen a moment ago that at least one portion of one
At this point, did firefighters say,
building
everybody get away from the It's just a building. How do you think did it?
And now they say that the other tower is leaning. If you look at some of the pictures, it appears to be on a slight angle to the right.
Well, he could have been in the downtown in Nashville, for all they know, like right near it. We'll be down a little bit. We'll call. Here's your more resilient than we ever go.
Forget that, man.
Manhattan.
Coming over our radio. Get out of the area. The second tower is coming down.
They tell you the second tower is
Yes, it's about to crash.
The single trade tower in New York City. And on the first,
hijacked, both of them hijacked.
Both flights to the west coast from Boston.
Show you the situation
And the
on
first
the
one had
ground.
90 people
As you can imagine,
and a crew on
literally
board.
thousands
and the second
of police, fire, rescue
had
officials
60
have
passengers.
converged on the scene. There are, we don't know how many injured to be tended to, taken to hospitals. We continue to check hospitals to find out
From
how
Dallas
many
Airport,
instead of
which
injuries.
of course is outside Washington. We do not
First plane hijacked from Boston on the way to California. The second, or to the West Coast. The second one hijacked from Dulles. This was a major effort.
Boston, Flight 11 to Los Angeles, which we believe is one of the aircraft that went to the trade towers. We have a second plane, American Airlines Dallas to Los Angeles, 60 passengers and crew, and that is certainly very
One of my very best friends flies
Aviation 6 to any ground units.
hand that down as well. Senior law enforcement officials in Washington now tell us that a car bomb exploded outside the state.
Okay, all ground units be advised. Car 5 on the air, car 5 itself and the top of the building.
Press budget to come up with our own statistics for whether everybody in Washington is evacuated from their buildings. The car bomb exploded outside.
Was it a footage? Operation, be advised, we have to move it, Kate. If the North Tower collapses, coming on top of Stuyvesant. And it's doing it now, so we have to get a new mobilization point. The one been notified to take care now. Operation. Call 1 on the air, call 1.
The whole thing, you know, like you could see it.
Call 1.
The whole thing
What happened? They set up a triage center 2.5 blocks away, and they moved that back to that now.
Pentagon spent it.
Operation, go. Call 1. Call 1.
Where is this in the World Trade Center? Yeah, we saw it go.
Emergency service, the call 1 there. Anybody touch your call 1, call 1.
There goes it going. It's going down now. It's going down now. There's the
North
Go this way.
coming down, Ken.
It just collapsed. Oh, those poor people.
Look at
have now been attacked.
Oh, the humanity.
Now that we can say that both
thousands
the portions of both towers of the World Trade Center
or in the immediate area adjacent to them.
What do you mean they don't have any embassies? We're loaded with embassies.
Well, Michael, we have seen the entire lower half of Manhattan completely covered in smoke, debris.
Who is it, do you think, guys?
Well south of Canal Street,
Friends of the United States and
covered
enemies
in
of the
this
United
smoke and
States.
dust at this time. There is not anything recognizable of what were the two trade towers. Nothing standing out from those clouds of dust at the time.
John, very briefly, you said to us just a few minutes ago that this was their concern, that they thought after the first tower went that the second one was vulnerable.
There was constant intelligence that terrorist organizations, and specifically that financed by Osama bin Laden, was going to mount another series of attacks. Of course, they thought of the symbolic targets, the most symbolic.
There's all these noises. I think I don't know what it is.
Yet not brought down. And
they say someone needs help.
It seems that those concerns that even caused the World Trade Center to hire a senior FBI counterterrorism official just weeks ago.
Anybody need a doctor?
Yeah, that's right, Michael. We're about 5 to 6 miles away.
Don't have oxygen. There is no fight.
We understand to go along with the airport shutting down.
That guy needs some oxygen if someone can share it with him. 10-4. Thanks.
So, as aircraft are removed from the area, none will be allowed back
in the United States or in the world today, you can.
You know, this is the documentarian in me that feels like I need to record this.
And one has to assume that thousands of lives.
Oh, look at like all the ashes. It looks like it's snowing.
Have been extinguished. And it may be presumptuous to say thousands, but thousands of people work in these buildings.
Getting onto the west side, now onto the walkway.
And given the difficulties of evacuating these buildings where, as we've said several times, the elevators may not have been operating, and we're not operating at least one tower, tower number 2, the first one, which is
in the area. We do not know exactly what they'll be doing at this time.
That is the second
earlier,
attack.
they are removing all aircraft within the region and
on
enforcing
the
a
southern
no-fly zone over Manhattan.
Tower.
Out of the World Trade Center
First
building.
Higher on this end of town, but both those towers have now
the location of where the World Trade Center
gone.
was standing. I was actually en route to the command center. People really staring and just.
Here's a picture that doesn't exist anymore because that's not a live picture anymore.
People just couldn't believe their eyes. Police then pushing people immediately. People turning around and starting running, waves blocks away from the site. There is black smoke and covering the air. People covering their mouths with some handkerchiefs and their coats, and basically, it's an unbelievable scene. Most of the people have gone. The police are really pushing people away. There were a lot of people as I was making my way down here, Aaron. People just staring, getting on their cell phones, crying, recounting stories where they thought a bullet, basically a scene that happened earlier today.
The sign indicates the approach to the
and then, of course, some people watching the other tower come down earlier, and then a group of people then watching this other tower come down. A woman passing me covered in soot. Basically, the sky is black. You can't even see down to lower Manhattan from the
I don't know if this is at an early stage or whether this is right now.
To get out of
it's
here,
at an early stage because there in the distance you can see at least one of the towers is still standing as people wander.
Coming across the harbor.
Many of them dazed. Look at the cell phones in their ears. This is
prominent in the foreground and
in the cell phone society. And it's certainly true in the Middle East. People on their cell phones all the time, seeking and offering reassurance to their families and their friends.
And one that still has many unanswered questions.
These days, there's constant traffic on the cell phone because there's such tension in the region and such tension here today, which is extraordinary. People are eager to reassure or find out about what is happening.
Negative. I just told Wanda we'll be forced to stay on the ground.
For people listening, particularly in this area, who may have been worried.
We're good until about a quarter after 11, 45 minutes.
There was a concern at this building now that
oh my God, there's no more World Trade Center.
The center they had set up at Stuyvesant High School, where the students were still there, and the reports from Stuyvesant High School now are that everybody there is okay.
Stuyvesant High School, the high school in the adjacent area, which the city and the state authorities set up. Steel casualties that they could get out of the building had occurred adjacent to the building. It is just clear that a lot of people do not know how to get any of that information from out of the building. And it is going to take time. It is going to take time. The New York City Office of Emergency Management
has been called in
which monitors the city and all its vulnerable points, said when this whole
the loss of life is going to be huge.
They're sending angels down to pick up tapes. Underneath the Brooklyn Bridge. He's miles from us.